are not islands. We are not meant to go it alone in this world. Being in community with one another and being interdependent is at the very core, very heart of what sustainability means.
I grew up with my grandmother and her grandmother making quilts, crocheting, making rugs out of scraps, reusing, and it was part of our legacy. It's part of the ancestry of being from the diaspora, of being descendants of indigenous Africans who made textiles and grew fibers from their environment.
Right now, we're experiencing gaps in knowledge, gaps in access to resources, and gaps in connections with each other across fiber supply networks.
We as Black people have been redlined and removed and physically blocked from owning and even continuing to have the skill set to not only grow these fibers, but to be able to process these fibers, to produce these fibers, to create the product. And honestly, for me, healing that wound in the Black community when it comes to cotton, I believe happens through us reclaiming that ownership in a really ethical and sustainable way that just impacts the entire community that surrounds cotton.
It's not just land access, but being able to then develop the land and then being able to develop the business in a way where you have something that can be passed on and something of actual value that honors the labor that we put into it.
One person can't really build their own infrastructure or build a sustainable, viable business alone, but together we can build a viable, sustainable ecosystem.
We're going to be connecting and cultivating our own community and spreading that information around. And we all are thinking of ways that we can create an ecosystem amongst each other.
When I think about climate change and some of the driving forces behind the breakdown right now, material culture as a really compelling intervention for where we can have generative responses. Material culture being that, a relationship between us and our things, getting curious about the origin and source points of how we build the worlds that we live in.
We can talk about recycling, we can talk about a closed loop in theory of the waste that I produce, but what does that look like in practice? I think we still have so much work to do around our day-to-day decision makings, just as, people walking on this planet. Sustainability comes with a kind of honesty that I don't think that we have quite gotten to in our current moment.
Sustainability, I think its origins are actually resourcefulness and ancestral practices and knowledge that has been passed down through lineage and DNA from Black and Indigenous communities and folks. Resourcefulness just comes from understanding how to live in community with the land instead of just on it. Respecting that everything that the land provides is a resource and everything that the land provides is something to take care of because the land takes care of us.
For me, regeneration is about resiliency of Black community, Black land space, and Black maker spaces.
and for those resources to circulate within that ecosystem all the way back to the beginning. I'm talking about throughout the entire value chain.
For Black folks to be able to have agency and access and be able to create within our mind's eye, we need to be able to connect with each other. And the first step of that is knowing what's out there.
The Black Fiber and Textile Network is collaborations and resource sharing and community building, and working with plant-based textiles, artisanal textiles, regenerative plant-based dyes, and anything else that we believe is being produced in good relation with the earth and good relation with the people who are making it.
For us to be able to stay curious and to stay engaged is the very first step for us to grow emergently as community and collectively.
I decided to start BFTN because I had been trying to find a community of Black folks in the regenerative fiber and sustainable textile space for us to use our collective resources and understand our collective value together to be able to build the infrastructure that we need.
In this country and abroad, we're working with and exploring and understanding the needs, desires, actions, and activities of Black creators, entrepreneurs, designers that are active in regenerative fiber spaces.
Our vision is that we can collaborate together and build our own Black regenerative ecosystem, which is also giving ourselves the ability to build wealth together, to steward the land more together, to learn from each other, and to iterate on what we need to have a future that is Black, but also regenerative and liberatory.
There's always been hardworking Black people on this land doing this work, and what I love about this particular network is that it is honoring that and seeking to make space for us to build together and to get the reparations that are needed, that are deserved. So.